Alright, let me pop a squat here for a second. Hello again, cheesers. I wanted to add to a discussion that's been going on since the release of FromSoftware's most prominent title yet, Elden Ring. The popularity of the last few FromSoft games have really moved these games out of their previously niche community in your friend's mom's basement into the vast form of public discourse. And as such, many people have voiced their opinions on one of the most controversial aspects of the series, the game's difficulty. My goal in this video is to do two things. First, to answer the titular question, is this game easy or hard? Tits. And hopefully provide some guidance to people who have arrived at this video interested in trying out Elden Ring, but unsure if they have the skill, time, dedication to complete it and experience all that it has to offer. And secondly, to throw a bit of my own spicy, cheesy opinions into the discussion, and maybe challenge some of our assumptions that we bring to the table when we talk about difficulty in video games. Now, easy and hard are really tricky terms. They're both wildly subjective, and people like to speak in extremes a lot, especially in gaming and internet communities. We've all seen two people, angrily replying to each other, "This game's garbage. No, it's the best game ever," amidst a 1,000-strong Twitch chat, hastily searching for their replies amidst a sea of D's nuts jokes and booba emotes. But how easy is easy, and how hard is hard? For the sake of the discussion, I'd like to take these terms in the scope of gaming as a whole, and picture like a standardized bell curve, right? Where most games fall somewhere in the middle, and towards the outliers, we have, the 15 or 20% easiest games, and the same on the other side for the hardest games. Easy then encapsulates gaming experiences from, say, Club Penguin up to aiming in Rockstar games. You don't have to aim. You literally just scope and headshot. Boom. Thanks for taking all the fun out of aiming, Rockstar. Thanks. Taking this all the way up to something more like Mario Odyssey, which definitely have some difficult elements, but really is meant to be more of a lighthearted experience on the whole. Examples of hard gaming experiences ranging from that game with the dude that everybody played, who's sitting in the pot with the hammer and you're trying to get over the rocks, all the way up to professional competitive gaming or trying to sneak pro gamer words past Club Penguin's language filter. When we take a step back and look at the words we're using more deliberately and what games fall on the harder end of the curve and the easier end of the curve, I think you might already start to see where I'm going with this. I really love these games, and I think that they have a lot of difficult moments in them, each and every one from Demon's Souls to Elden Ring. But to say that fighting a Dark Souls boss or an Elden Ring boss is just as hard as, winning a match at your local Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament is probably a bit of an oversight, because I promise you, those Cheeto-handed fucks will send you home with a controller in between your legs way more times than any Dark Souls boss will. I really love how creative director for FromSoftware, and I'm going to butcher this, Hidetaka Miyazaki, describes his games, because the one thing that I love more than spicy food is a good food metaphor. When he was describing Dark Souls, he said that it was spicy but edible, and it tastes good. The goal is to try to make the game as spicy as possible, but still have players want to eat it, enjoy it, and be able to swallow it. I think that this quote not only explains some of the intent and use of difficulty in FromSoftware's game design, but it also helps us answer some of today's questions. He's not trying to make a Carolina Reaper game that's so ridiculously spicy that it just tastes like Satan's taint. But on the same time, this game definitely ain't no peach cobbler. Elden Ring, Demon's Souls, Dark Souls, these games, while they do have elements of unfair difficulty at times, are really not that hard of games on the whole. In terms of reaction times, punish windows, average inputs per second required to, say, beat a boss, this game is actually pretty forgiving in comparison to, popular competitive games even, like Overwatch, League of Legends, or high-level fighting games. That being said, these games are by no means easy. There's a lot of spice to them, and that's on purpose. The difficulty in these games kind of exists like black coffee does next to a donut, or tension does in a musical piece next to release. It's meant to provide a solid challenge to the average gamer, to give them something to overcome, a worthy opponent to make your duel truly legendary, to instill a bit of fear of loss to make the progression feel also rewarding, or the enemies feel even scarier, to make that sweet, sweet level up taste even more. Ah. Elden Ring is not a hard game, but it's not an easy game either. It's meant to be a challenging game for people of average ability. And as such, I would put it somewhere towards the middle of the bell curve that we talked about earlier. If you've come here wondering to yourself, can I enjoy this game as a gamer of average or even below average ability? The answer is yes. And in contrast to previous FromSoftware games, I think Elden Ring has even more to love and explore because of the open world design. Because this game is much less linear, you have so many more options to develop your strategy, circumvent hangups. I would say it's definitely the best jumping off point for those of you that are looking to get into FromSoftware's lineup. Don't get me wrong, there will definitely be difficulties along this journey, and there's supposed to be. But do I truly think anyone who wants to beat these games could, with the right mix of skill, strategy, help, and determination? Absolutely. And if you're one of those people that's on the fence and unsure if you can do it, let me be the person to tell you, go for it. You can do it. No, it won't always be easy being cheesy, but it's doable. And there are more people doing it out there right now to help you along your journey than ever before. I would definitely say, don't isolate yourself if you do get discouraged. Or do if you're a glutton for punishment. Don't let me tell you how to live your life. And if you're looking for more people to enjoy the game with, consider joining me and my fellow cheesers along our journey through Elden Ring on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/getcheddar. I think having people to discuss this game and share experiences with is not only helpful, but a lot more fun than watching some walkthrough that's just going to completely remove the beautifully designed challenge and reward structure in 10 easy steps. And honestly, you're better than that. One of the core mechanics of these games throughout every single iteration is the messages and bloodstains, allowing the community to create their own walkthrough for each other together within the game's world. Because the developers have realized how fun it can be to attempt a challenging journey together. But that's pretty much all I have for today. I hope this video has been helpful, perhaps insightful, or maybe even brought a couple new ideas to the table for how we talk about difficulty in video games. Until next time, y'all stay cheesy out there, my friends, and good luck along your Elden Ring journey.